Oh, oh, Jesus. Oh, no, no, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm so blurred out. This is a lot better. I think I I didn't like the lighting in the last video. Okay, I'm ready. Ready for some incognito mode. Internet history. Hello. Welcome back, my friends. If you're new here, I am Lance. And if you're returning, thank you and welcome back. Today is a great day. Incognito mode by Internet Historian just dropped a video last night, and I wanted to react to it first thing this morning. It's called Space. I'm really excited. I think Ordinary Things is going to be in this video. So that's a plus. I like Ordinary Things. Solito Medio is always fun, but Ordinary Things is always fun too. So I'll leave a link down, of course, for Incognito mode, down the link down below. And I hope you guys are doing great. I'm doing great. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning here in Florida, so it's actually pretty nice weather, and I'm really excited about it. It's like right now, like 68. I love it. So before we get into this video, of course, if you're new and you haven't been words. Use your words. Use your words. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification to let you know that when new videos are coming up. I'm act like I'm really new at this. This is going on my 4th year on this channel, and I still act like I'm new to the whole intro. And I know a lot of you are watching out there and forgetting to subscribe. I don't understand why. I'm at 30% viewers are not subscribing over here. That's a big percentage. That's a big percentage. Why are you not subscribing? I'm not asking you for some money. I'm just asking you to hit that subscribe, hit a like, leave a comment. Take a moment off and say, what did you like about that video? Bitch, you talk too much. Something. Well, try to be nice. Let's keep it cute. I don't want to open that floodgate of negativity, just trying to think I'm kidding around and no one gets that joke. So anyway, let's keep on moving here. My ADD's kicking in. So also, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. And of course, I'm on the community board. I've been hearing lots of wonderful things that my videos are popping up in the community board. Wow. What a novelty. YouTube's features actually work. And yeah, of course, that's pretty much it. Of course, leave comments and like. That always helps with the algorithm, that evil force that we have to fight with as creators. So thank you so much. And of course, thank you to all the new subscribers and all the love I've been getting in the comment section. Thank you. I've been reading everything. I'm up to speed with everybody. And you guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. And if you asked me how my Thanksgiving was, I was expecting people even give a shit. So I was like so pleasantly surprised. And I responded to quite a few of you and saying thank you. I appreciate that. I wasn't expecting anybody to even ask. So it was nice. Thank you. I always appreciate it. It might take me a day sometimes because sometimes I'm not on my analytics page to check everybody's, comments right off the bat. So I'm always usually on YouTube watching for new videos to do for the channel or stuff like that. So I'm usually away from my laptop a little bit. Plus, after a while, I start looking at the analytics page. And if you're a YouTuber, the anxiety you get with the analytics page. So I try to, a couple times a day I check it and try not to look at anything else except for the comments, so I can keep open communication with you. But you know what, you guys? Before we get into the video, I do have to say we're already 50 subscribers away to being 2,000 subscribers on this channel. After 4 years, 2,000, that's a big milestone for me. And I did not expect that to even happen. One subscriber, I was shocked when I first started. I was like, who's going to watch me, you know? And my crazy ass. So thank you so much. I'll probably do, if anyone's interested, probably do a Q&A video for the 2000 video if you had any questions, stuff like that. We might do that. If you have any questions, let me know. So thank you all for everything. Let's get into the video, and here we go.
Absolutely.
Space. Space. What is space? Why do I have to wear a spacesuit? That is so formal. Too cold? Not a problem. I'll just put on a jacket. Why does everyone say you can't go faster than the speed of light? It's super simple. You just go the speed of light, and then you push on the accelerator a little more.
Is that how that works?
Not the sun. The water will put it out. Hey Alexa, play Who Let the Dogs Out.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't
Alexa,
do that.
play the thing.
No.
Alexa, play Who Let the Dog... ha. Now I will be able to get all the best nudes. Hey, you should have closed your curtains. Ooh, I wonder what's in there. Oh, hey, how you doing, little fella? Oh, I think he's just sleeping. Aha! I knew it was fake the whole time. All this and more on this episode of In the...
Space.
Space. What do you know about space?
Not a lot.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning.
Oh.
Not the beginning of the universe.
Oh.
The beginning of how people thought space was.
Oh, yeah, so the history of space. Okay, yeah.
So we've got flat Earth, right? Now there's going to be a whole bunch of people in the comments that go, oh, actually, they've known that the Earth was round since the Greeks. We know, everybody knows. No one thinks you're smart, shut up. But there were plenty of...
we know. We don't think you're smart. That's great. No, I do like this. Hold on. I do like... Okay, what buttons am I hitting over here? Like, I am so new. I noticed that with these incognito modes recently, they've been doing this like sit down type of thing and this at the beginning of the video, which I really do like. As much as like I like my new layout I have right here, what you guys are watching. I have me down here and I'm not covering up the video. You can actually see the videos. It might be a little smaller, but at least in my older videos, I just kind of watched it. I was like, oh God, I just cut off half. If someone ends up to be on the same side my head is, that video to me is just like useless. And I saw a couple videos of mine. I'm just like, oh my God, I hate this old layout so much. Anyway, it's not about me, is it? No, it's not about me.
Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of people in the comments that go, oh, actually, they've known that the Earth was round since the Greeks. We know, everybody knows. No one thinks you're smart, shut up. But there were plenty of societies that did think that the world was flat.
Eye roll.
I saw this in a lecture once, or I overheard it on the bus or something. But this is how it goes. You've got like this circular flat Earth, right? And then you've got land in the middle. They call this area the Mediterranean because that's the middle land, right? It's right in the center. And then past the land, you've got water. Now, all that water is mostly fine. But if you go a little further out, there's a lot more water, like a shitload more water. These disc maps you see are not to scale. It goes way further out. But if you try to traverse them, what will happen is sea monsters, right? They'll destroy your ship. Easy. And you can tell that sea monsters are real because once in a while you get some weird thing that washes up to shore. If somehow you make it past the sea monsters, you encounter mud.
Just mud?
It's flat mud, and it mixes with the land, so you can no longer pass by it in a boat. So you can try to walk across it, but it's basically like quicksand, you just straight into it. But somehow, if you manage to traverse this plain of mud, which is even larger than the ocean itself, it would start to get colder and colder. And eventually that mud becomes frozen, and then it turns to ice, and then it's just cold nothingness for far, far longer than all the oceans. And then eventually you come to a big mountain range. And this mountain range goes right round the earth. And it is the thing that at the very top holds up the filament, which is the thing that encompasses the stars.
So the mountains go up and then it like holds the star canopy above the earth.
It holds up the heavens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Half of the model is there to dissuade people from trying to find new things, right? Because if you go out on a boat in the ocean, you die. It's the perfect dissuasion. Hey, look, don't bother trying to discover Australia. If you go out there, you're going to get eaten, then you're going to sink in the mud, then you're going to freeze to death, and then there's also nothing out there. And that's what keeps everyone safe and alive.
You tell the same story to your kid in the village to not go out into the woods.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same thing.
And that, circling around, is why they tell us not to go to Mars, you see. Don't come back.
I do think we'll colonize Mars. Probably not quite in our lifetime.
You reckon? I think we'll land a person there on Mars in 20 years.
20 years? You're a dreamer, internet historian.
A lot of the original impetus for the space...
Oh no, before we go any further, is that what flat earthers think? The whole thing is, the whole mountain is like the whole border, and then I'm just curious. Just very curious.
This race to the moon was out of competition with the Soviet Union, right? Then we beat them and everyone went, nah, can't be bothered. Now we're back at war with China, so I reckon space race back on. Otherwise, China's going to stick a big flag in it and say, actually, you know what, Mars? It's always belonged to China.
Their flag would look better on Mars, just saying.
It'd blend in too much.
It already looks like a flag for Mars. It's got stars on it and it's red. It's perfect.
That's hard to argue with.
I say give it to them. And let's be real, a lot of people are probably going to die colonizing Mars, like, at first. They've got the manpower for it. Everyone will just be fighting over the bit where everyone's landing. It's not like someone will be like, well, I'm going to go over to this part of Mars, and, like, that'll be my part. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay here where the Twinkies and the women arrive.
I think you'd want to sit up at the poles, because that's where all the ice is, right? Resources. But also, because of the rotation of the planet and the angle you come in, it's actually more difficult to land there as well.
I see.
So you would have to actually essentially approach by land. Easier to defend. So you're there on the ice, you've got all your water, and then you're just picking off anyone who dares to approach one of those Mars rovers. The Curiosity rovers, I would presume.
That would be super fun. So you're saying if you're going to fight for Mars, you'd stay at the top, because this is mine. I like that. Yeah, solid.
Build a big igloo, big ice wall, tell everyone to get the fuck out. That'd be awesome.
I love that, yeah.
Here's the problem. It's 1960s, NASA, and they can't figure out how to get things into space. It's too far up, you see. How do we get past the filament into the stars? Ordinary things, you're our best scientist. You gotta come up with something that'll get us there. What do you got? Ordinary rocket propulsion, perhaps? Mentos and Coke. What's the big new idea?
So this is what I've got so far.
Right?
A
man kneeling on the ground, praying to get to space. I like it. That's a great idea, Ordinary Things. Let me get you the funding right now.
I love that 1930s gangster type of affectation. Is that how they call that? Accent? Well, anyway, I like that. I like that. It reminds me of those old video clips back in the day that they always showed, like during the newsreels and stuff like that.
No, not quite. It's the dog. See, my plan is
a trebuchet.
Sort of a trebuchet, yeah.
Let me show you my idea. You've heard of CERN, right?
Yeah, they got the big underground thing.
Yes. So CERN is basically a 25-kilometer ring underground, powered by gigantic magnets that send particles in one direction, getting them faster and faster and faster, and then they send particles in the other direction, and then eventually they let them collide.
Cool.
Now, what if you had an extra track
Yes.
that went like this? You got something up to 99% the speed of light, and then you just hit the switch, and then capsule goes whoosh, terminal velocity.
Love that. So you're thinking you build up as much momentum as possible on Earth using magnets rather than rockets.
Yep.
Is it the size of atoms in this instance? Or
We're going to have to build a bigger one.
All right, bigger CERN. Got it. All right, massive CERN.
Well, you just make the hole in the middle bigger.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah,
Atom-sized hole,
That'll
too
do.
small. The only problem I can see is that we're sending people through the Earth's atmosphere at almost the speed of light. They will immediately explode. I think the solution is to put a dog in it.
Yeah.
Do you know how funny it would be if it was like a Tuesday and the supervisor was out of the office for the day, and then he kind of came back, I just forgot some of my papers, and he comes in, and the guys at CERN are all gathered around because they're firing grape through CERN at a big cartoonish brick wall. Yeah, go Dave, yeah.
I would love to be at the CERN Christmas party where someone's just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do a shit in the CERN. Because that's what it's called, the CERN.
This CERN.
I would find it very difficult not to get in the CERN machine, I think, if I was there.
You got on that blimp. Do you reckon you can get into CERN?
I reckon I could give it a go.
All right, if there's anyone from CERN watching here,
Yeah.
my boy needs a ticket and one for his lady.
I'll email them now. People are thinking about space travel all wrong. They're rubes, those guys at NASA, I tell you, rubes. They keep trying to send us to space when we
Yeah.
should be sending space to us.
That's not a bad idea at all. Now, space elevator, very difficult. You build the thing 1,000 kilometers up, and then the tip of it is actually rotating faster than the base of it by differences in like hundreds of kilometers an hour. Tensile strength, whole thing wants to break apart, right? Now, if somehow you could make a big anchor, wait, how do you draw an anchor? Here, it wouldn't need to be one rope, because one rope is not going to stay strong.
2 ropes.
Here's 20 meters of rope, and then a big joint. Here's 20 meters of rope and a big joint. And you just do that all the way back to Earth.
Love it.
Okay, you'll need like 150,000 kilometers worth of rope. But once you're there, all of a sudden you can just pull things across it, right? What am I missing?
There is one thing.
Yes.
I think the moon moves. So what you're going to end up doing is sort of like wrapping the Earth round. That's the one problem. Otherwise, it's flawless.
I've got a solution.
All right.
There's a rail across Earth,
Rail! Oh my god, that's a great idea. That's way better than what I was going to say.
right? And then you've got your hook in here. It's allowed to slide through the rail.
So in theory, we could like lasso the moon in,
Yes.
bring it to us. Is there any minerals on the moon worth having? Any resources?
There is a fair amount of helium and also helium-3.
Well, we are running out of helium, so that is convenient.
There's a pretty good amount of water all over the moon too, so that's why, soon there'll be a moon base and they'll be able to collect most of the minerals that they need.
Soon there'll be a moon base. They've been promising moon base for years. They've been promising moon base for longer than James Cameron's been promising Avatar, and honestly, sick of this shit.
Well, you know what I'm not sick of? Ad time. How's this for a scenario? You're with your honey, and you both have regular size heads, but you have to share a headphone.
Well,
You lose. The correct answer was to get Raycons. Look, she's with someone new, and she's loving the up to 54 hours of battle life, and she can't stop putting them in her ears. The silky rubber finish is rigged for her pleasure. All right, pub quiz hotshot. It's Black Friday, and it's time to stomp some heads. You gotta win her back by getting her some kind of present. But you don't want to spend too much money, because she might have moved on. What do you do?
well,
Get the Raycons. They're half the price of other premium brands, but still sound pretty good. Go to buyraycon.com/incognito to get them. Look, this guy loves them. All right, one final scenario. You're walking down the street, and you see a homeless man, and he asks you for a donation. You've only got one thing on you that's of any value. What do you do?
Take advantage of the noise reduction?
That's right. You have earned the good ending, where you can enjoy the premium sound of Raycons forever. We've got a computer here too, where you can go to buyraycon.com/incognito to get 20% off site-wide. Whoa, 30% off holiday bundles. Whoa, this really is heaven. And free shipping to the United States. Head over.
Say you had a box and you put it on like a little satellite that you were going to send to an alien planet. Like, what items would you put in there to represent like human civilization?
Good question. How big's the box?
Let's say it's the size of like a caravan.
Oh, big. Okay,
Oh, God.
Definitely a person then.
Okay, just like a dude, like a dead guy, or just
Yeah, they can be dead. That's fine.
That's not a bad idea. Like a dead guy who's like kept from oxygen so he doesn't rot. So they've got like a fully
I'll
preserved.
just keep him in a cardboard box. So,
Just dump it.
yes. So
We don't have the budget for something bigger.
I like the idea that when they just open up the flaps of the cardboard box, they ooh.
Oh my god.
I suppose you'd have a man and a woman.
yeah.
A phone.
A phone, like an iPhone.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to give them the latest one because they don't know.
An iPhone 5 with a cracked screen.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not like they're going to start using it.
Exactly,
iPhone
yeah.
5.
Fuck it.
I'd probably get rid of just some trash. There's quite a lot of trash around.
And some batteries.
Yeah, because you can't dispose of batteries anywhere.
Yeah.
Bottle of Coke, full bottle. I kind of like the idea that you're... Okay, so when you're a pirate, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
And you're burying treasure. Someone finds it 500 years later and they go, wow, this is not just a historical find. I'm going to be rich.
Love that.
I like the idea that they find a couple of human corpses, but also half a dozen bottles of Coca-Cola. There's going to be some rich one who's like, bruh, yeah, I'll pay you 50 billion alien pesos for half a bottle or something.
I think that's the first actually like really good suggestion for the alien box. I mean, fuck Coca-Cola, but it's also a very popular drink and like a good representation of Western society. It's everywhere in the world. Great. And also they might be pleased. They're like, oh, this is a treat. Or maybe it'll kill them. But great suggestion.
Thank you. Maybe also...
Music, I reckon.
Music?
Mozart on a vinyl. Yeah.
Another good one. A handgun?
Yeah, just to show them that we mean business would be good.
We'll rig it up to a tripwire. Don't touch my stuff. All right, you're stuck in space. You're floating around.
Sweet.
Oh my god.
Loving it.
You're in a spacesuit. I come floating up to you. I go, ordinary things. Help. Help. My oxygen tank has been pierced. I'm gonna die.
Ooh. Oh, that sucks for you.
No, that's not what you say. Now, we've got just enough time. Quick,
sucks for
we can
you.
both survive, but we're gonna both have to get into the same spacesuit.
I've been tricked like this before.
So we have to both squeeze in there. The question is, are you taking the front or the back?
I'll take the front, I think. I'd rather be in the driver's seat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I trust you.
I swear, that's just my wallet, I swear.
It's not gay if it's on the moon.
Yeah, like legitimately, like you come back to Earth and they'll go, no, it wasn't. It's the moon. It doesn't count at all.
Doesn't count. No.
Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, they could have done it on the moon.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been considered gay. And then I suppose
we were lovers on the moon. You know, that's different.
someone shut this man up. Right, someone comes to you and says, ordinary things. You may see the universe.
I love the visor.
But we can't travel faster than the speed of light, so you have to go into the cryopod.
The old time delay.
Yes, you can go to Alpha Centauri, but it will take 100 years and everyone you know will be dead. Do you do it?
I don't want to just be like launched into the equivalent of Mars in Alpha Centauri and just be like, well, I'm here and I'm dead. I'm fucked.
No, they don't just drop
Like-
you off. You get to go on like a nice big ship. Maybe there's a nice lady there who's also frozen.
Yeah, nice little lady. A nice A-list celeb lady who is inexplicably an astronaut, as in all those movies.
Yeah, and you wake her up
Yeah.
early and because you woke up early and
Welcome.
Yeah,
Whoops. See, but you don't have another choice, so you have to be my friend.
Would you do it? Would you want to be one of the crew that goes to Alpha Centauri?
I think I would. I think it's worth it to go do something that literally no one else has done before. I'm down.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah.
I love the drinks that are just kind of floating there. In ZOGs. I just kind of noticed that they're just kind of like floating. That's real cute.
If you were one of the first people to Alpha Centauri, you'd just have thousands of things named after you forever.
The whole planet. You get the planet. If you're the first one there, it's like, this is me land, baby.
Yeah.
No governments. Money is banned. And I haven't thought this through.
You know, if you look at a place like Earth, every creek, every little nook or rock has a name to it. They did that like when people first came to Australia, and I can't help but notice that everything here is named either Murray or after Batman or
After Batman.
yeah, you don't know about everything being called Batman here?
No, that's new to me. That's
There's this guy, his name's like John Batman. And so there's like a Batman River and like a Batman Street.
You're kidding.
In middle of Melbourne.
No way.
No.
John Batman. Oh my god, I'm looking him up now. What?
Look, in the past, how long did it take for people to get from England to Australia? What was it like?
Oh, like a month.
Yeah, a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, how long does it take to get to Mars? At optimal speed, I think 9 months.
So what you're saying is that we should put all our criminals on Mars.
Hey, it worked once.
Did it though?
How come Australia doesn't get a bit of a pass with a lot of its history?
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the terrible things that were done to the Aboriginals. But it's like, okay, but have you seen the average criminal reoffending rates? What did you expect?
Yeah, it's not like we sent them our best. We should... I've never thought about it like that, but that's honestly like a really decent argument for giving Australia a pass. But like,
Yeah, although it means they did all this stuff while they were out on probation. Now, everybody goes, oh, what the heck? Why'd you demote Pluto from planet to dwarf planet?
yes.
And I can't help but agree.
Yeah.
So basically, they had an idea in mind to make Pluto not a planet, and then they changed all the rules to make it fit their space-based agenda.
Celestial identity politics have gone
Make
too
Pluto
far.
great again.
That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly. There's 3 rules for a planet. Number 1, it must orbit a star. Okay, very good. We're all on board for that, and that's one of the old rules.
That's fine. I can accept that. Asteroids, not planets. Cool.
Number 2, it must be big enough to have enough gravity to force it into a spherical shape. Agreed. That's a brilliant one.
Fine, I'll accept that. But if we see a cube planet at some point, then I feel like we will need to revisit this rule. But as it stands, fine.
Yeah, if there was something as big as Earth, but somehow cube, they'd change the rules again.
Cube Earth.
Yeah. Now, the new rule they brought in was it must be big enough that its gravity clears away any other objects of similar size in its orbit.
Bullshit.
That is a very specific rule, just designed to persecute Pluto.
Who came up with this rule?
Well, it was a big committee made up of the deep space state. And one of the reasons that they essentially made this rule was because, well, Pluto actually has a moon that's almost the same size as Pluto. So Pluto wouldn't even just be one planet, it would be like several planets. But also, out in the Oort cloud, there are probably similar sized planets to Pluto, but hundreds, maybe thousands of them.
I see.
And so actually, even in our own given solar system, there would be thousands of them. So what they're running into is a naming problem. Because, well, we can't teach kids that there are thousands of planets. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, turns out there are thousands of planets, and a lot of them are really boring and far away. Okay, but here's the main 9.
Yeah, here's the big 9. Why don't you just call them the big planets and the small planets and be done with it?
There's also a couple of objects in the Kuiper Belt, I think, that would suddenly qualify as planets. So Ceres would suddenly become a planet.
Ceres? What even is Ceres? Oh, Ceres. Oh, okay. But that's clearly a moon. It looks like a moon.
Well, it's not what it looks like, it's how it acts, isn't it? It's in the orbit between Mars and Jupiter.
Oh, what? Why don't we just make Ceres a planet
Yes!
instead?
Absolutely.
To be honest, I'm just going to show my ignorance of it, but I've never heard a series before. In a way, I feel like you've just made this up to make me look strange. Wait, what's make?
Maki Maki.
Maki. Is that a type of sushi?
Oh, yeah, okay. It's another planet that's just further out.
Oh, I love it. It's cute.
I mean, it's a dwarf planet,
cute.
but...
Why does one of them have boobies?
this one.
There's no need for that. Come on.
Eris? Oh, it's a dwarf planet as well.
I'm learning new things here.
Well, no more learning. It's time for some answers, damn it. Big question time. Ordinary things.
Yeah.
Are there any aliens?
No.
All right. Is the universe infinite?
It's like a bike wheel. Technically, it's infinite, but you just end up where you were in the first place.
That's good enough for me. Is there a god?
Yes, and it's me. Suck my...
There we go. Will we ever find out all of the mysteries of the universe?
What if we already have?
I'll tell you what it is. The real answer is love. And that's all you need.
Space or love, which is bigger? And if you could only have one, what would you have?
What about space love?
Is that like 0G shagging?
Yeah, or where you're on the moon and someone says like,
Oh, I love you.
it's like kind of non-committal and they don't really hear you on the radio and you go, what? And they go,
Oh, nothing, over.
What if you're on the moon and then they go into kiss and then they accidentally shatter their space helmets?
no. Like two people vigorously doing cheers.
Yes. Moon love turns to moon tragedy.
It must happen all the time.
Jesus Christ.
On the moon, in the future, we'll all have Raycons.
All right. Wow. That was incognito mode. Wow. Yeah, I remember Pluto. They were talking about that in school. I remember. I didn't really give a shit, honestly. I was like, I don't live there, so that's cool. It's not okay. It's not a planet anymore. Okay, cool. Okay. Can we go to lunch now? That was my whole take of it. This is a good episode. It's a solid episode. They didn't draw it out with one episode. They kind of drew it out with the joke at the beginning, and they finally got into something else. I can't remember what topic that was, but anyway, this was a good one. And I didn't know about all these other ones, series and LLC and, Lex Luthor and all these other planets, the smaller ones. That's pretty cool. And I like ordinary things. I don't know why they always show that he always has that really pissed off look that they love showing. That favorite look they give to him is when they Photoshop him. And it's always that same look. He just looks like he's mad. He's like, it's so crazy. But yeah, this is a great video. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I probably will. The next video I'm going to do is the best of season 2 of by Tagic. I'll probably have that up hopefully by tomorrow. And yeah. Let me know in the comments how you like this video. Thank you guys so much. I think my edibles kicking in. That's the reason why I think I'm feel like I'm going really slow in my head right now. It's weird. Yeah, thank you guys so much, and take care of yourself, take care of each other, and bye.